Hi, I'm Melissa Fumero.
And I'm Randall Park, and we're co-stars in the new Netflix series, Blockbuster.
And this is Taste Buds, a show where co-stars share a meal from each other's cultures.
And I'm starving.
Okay, so let's eat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Melissa, so what's your background again?
I'm Cuban.
You're Cuban, okay.
My parents are Cuban.
So I'm assuming these dishes are from your Cuban culture?
They are. We didn't get them straight from Cuba,
Oh, okay.
but we got them from a little restaurant in Silver Lake.
It's legit, though.
It looks legit.
Okay, great. What is this?
Okay, so we have plantains, sweet plantains,
Okay,
yuca, which is like a type of root vegetable, I believe.
okay.
This is the all-famous Cuban
Oh
sandwich.
my God, it looks so good.
So
What makes a Cuban sandwich a Cuban
a
sandwich?
Cuban sandwich is very specifically ham, pickle, pork, cheese,
Okay. Oh my
usually
God.
like a Swiss or a provolone, and then mustard, I think.
Okay.
And it's on Cuban bread, which is the bread is very important.
And it's pressed.
And it's pressed.
Okay, that looks amazing.
It is. And then this is my childhood favorite. This is rabo encendido. It's oxtail,
Oh.
and it's amazing. My grandmother would make it.
And is this a soup?
It's like a stew.
Okay.
We should just dig in because
Okay.
it smells so good.
This is so good. Oh my God, it's so good.
It's so good, right?
Yeah, it really is. So Melissa, I read on your autobiography that hasn't come out yet, that you haven't written yet, but I got a hold of a copy.
Like you do.
Yeah, that you're from Lyndhurst, New Jersey.
I am.
What was life like in Lyndhurst?
So Lyndhurst is a really small town in Northeast Jersey. Kind of a cluster of small, you know how like LA is like a cluster of neighborhoods? Kind of feels like that.
Okay.
Except it's not all one city. But it's like 10 miles outside of Manhattan. Predominantly Italian American town. Also a lot of Irish. But a lot of kids I grew up with had immigrant parents or grandparents. Like I
Okay.
didn't feel like an outsider having parents with like thick accents. Do you know what I mean? So like a little bit of everything, but not like not a ton of color
Okay, okay.
ish. But like immigrant heavy. So
Okay, so there was that connection.
So there was that. Yeah.
Is oxtails a big thing in Cuban culture? Because Koreans have a lot of dishes with oxtail.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Cuban cuisine's very like, we use every single part of every animal. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, like literally on Christmas Eve, my mom would pick up a whole pig and it would be like in our dining room and she'd marinate it and then she would take it to the bakery like the day of that morning and then they would pick it up for the meal.
And they'd use every part.
Yeah.
What about the penis?
I mean, the penis wasn't there.
Oh.
Yeah, the genitalia is not. But the tail is.
Do you know what they do with it?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe make soap or something.
Yeah.
This is so good. So, you finished the show that is out on Netflix called Blockbuster. What was your experience like?
Terrible. It was great. I have to say, when they first sent me the pilot script, it was like the two most exciting moments. Besides, it was almost like the show being about Blockbuster and the show itself and was like off to the side. It was like Vanessa Ramos,
Who you knew?
who I already knew and was a huge fan of, and Randall Park is attached. And I was like, my mind just exploded with excitement because I was such a big fan of yours.
Aww. So, you heard I was amazing.
I heard you were amazing.
Yeah.
It was true. You lived up to the hype, which
Oh.
doesn't happen very often.
Did anybody say, like, that I was handsome or anything like that? I mean, just out of curiosity.
Oh yeah. That's that. They all led with that.
Oh, really?
They were like just as handsome in real life.
Andy Samberg said that?
He did.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you about how I got started on the show.
Please.
I was told by my reps that there was a show called Blockbuster about the Blockbuster video store and of course the wave of nostalgia. But then also it almost became like, I don't know if I want to be a part of something that's, you know, just about the nostalgia. It has to be about more than that, you know. And I read the script. I was like, yeah, I think I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's do it, you know.
That's exciting. Well,
yeah.
and I also heard that she wrote the character as a Randall Park type.
That's what I heard, which is crazy. Which is
Which
crazy.
is so nice. Isn't that nice?
It's so nice. And I still
People are writing
kind of don't
roles.
believe it. I still kind of don't believe it.
I believe it.
No, I think it was originally like Chris Pratt or something.
No.
It's fine. Can't this wait?
Sit. Tuck your chin. Ugh.
Hey, can you look less like you own a ukulele?
You know what? I'll just use the one from your Yelp profile.
I can't stop eating. Please have a shot of my plate and Randall's plate.
Oh no, I'm like really
you dig into this more than I
yeah.
have. Okay. It's dope that the show is like, you know, people keep kind of pointing to like the diversity, but it just feels like, right? Like so not even on purpose. Like
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
these are the kind of characters we envision would work at the store, and here are the like, you know,
Yeah,
which is
totally.
cool.
And there's no commentary on it.
There's
It's
no
just-
there's no like commentary or agenda or like
Yeah. But it's also not like
But we're also
like
not shying away from it.
shying away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we embrace it. It's there. It's kind of like our lives. It's a part of who we are, but it's not like
not
what we
everything.
think of every day.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a crunchy piece I got.
Did you go to Blockbuster?
I did. We had one in my hometown. I went as a kid.
What's the highest amount of late fees you incurred at a Blockbuster?
You know, I think I was pretty type A, and I returned my DVDs on time. I don't think I ever incurred a late fee.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
We're the same
Yeah,
person.
we're the same person.
Yeah. What movie did you rent the most? Do you remember?
The movie I rented the most was probably When Harry Met Sally.
This is why I adore you.
Same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is some delicious looking food in front of us.
Yes.
Can you tell me what it all is?
Okay, so this is the cuisine of my motherland, Korea. This here is called naengmyeon.
Ooh.
And it is, I grew up eating this, usually in the summer or the hotter, you know, it's a cold noodle soup.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
touched the bowl and I was like, oh, it was cold.
Yes, and it's supposed to be cold. The thing about this is I don't know much about the ingredients of any of this stuff. I just grew up eating it.
That's the thing though.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like when you were asking me what's in a Cuban sandwich.
You were just winging it.
I kind of was. What was it like growing up in LA?
It was great. I had a very idyllic childhood. I had a group of friends that I'm still friends with to this day. We were extremely diverse, just naturally and organically. It was just what I knew growing
it's LA.
up. It's LA. You know, we would just ride our bikes around the city. That was, you know.
You did?
Yeah, all
Your
around
par-
the city.
Your parents let you ride your bikes around the city?
They were busy working.
Right.
Yeah, so we went all, you know, just gotten into trouble. Not too much trouble, we were good kids, but you know.
Like a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, armed robbery, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then
Just keeping it light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then.
Were you ever caught?
No, never.
yeah.
I'm smart,
That
you know.
tracks.
Yeah. I feel very lucky to have gone through that because when like working on a show like ours,
Yeah.
and I see this cast that so just kind of organically, naturally diverse. It's to me that's like real life.
Yeah.
It feels very natural to me. Yeah.
So LA also has a big Latin demographic. Did you
Yeah.
grow up with like a lot of kind of Latino culture?
Of course.
I mean, I've heard you speak pretty good Spanish.
I did. I used to tutor Spanish for a while.
I don't think I knew that part.
Yeah. You can't grow up in LA without having Latin cultures, particularly Mexican culture, at least where I grew up, be
Yeah.
like a part of who you are. I feel like I kind of knew Spanish before I even started learning it in school because so many of my friends spoke Spanish.
That's dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a favorite Spanish word or phrase?
Cállate la boca,
Oh yeah.
Chino. Cállate la boca, Chino. I don't know, I heard it growing up all the time. Yeah, from different people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah?
So good.
This is what I'm real excited about.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, that's what I'm most excited about.
Okay,
But
so
this-
let's save that for last.
So this is, before every Korean meal, they serve banchan, which is like, basically these like little kind of dishes. I don't know if you've ever been to a Korean restaurant, but they'll have like a ton of tiny plates that they just give you.
I've only been to like Korean barbecue places.
They do that at Korean barbecue
Yeah.
places sometimes. These are like noodles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With like, I see some maybe sesame seeds.
That's it, you
Yeah,
know, that's it, sesame seeds.
Okay.
I love this stuff, it's called japchae. And these are like kind of scallion pancakes that are really great. I really love all this stuff.
How did your parents feel about all of this? Because that's normally, you know, it can go either way with immigrant parents.
Very against it early
Yeah.
on. They just didn't see it, any remote possibility that I could find success in it. And I think,
It was scary to them.
yeah, but I think they were right. It was like, it's very hard
Yeah.
to, I mean, we're very lucky people, you know. I think they were, you know, at the time I was like, oh, you know, kind
You're
of
being
resentful.
supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I, you know, gotten older, and especially now that I have a daughter, it's like, oh my God, they were really looking out for me and they loved me. And that's why they were like, stay away from this career.
Yeah.
That's gonna bring you misery.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And then I pursued it, and it brought a lot of misery. But then things just started to move and happen, and then it's like, now it's like, oh wow, I'm glad I stuck through it, but
Yeah.
it was not easy.
Did you ever have a moment with them where they were like, we were wrong, like, good for you for sticking with it?
No. No. Not at all. No, but they're very proud. Yeah, it's like amazing how proud they are just to see that and to feel that, and I'm just happy that they're happy for me, you know. I love this growing up.
Okay. What is it?
It's called tteokbokki. It's basically rice cakes in this red sauce that's very common in Korea. You see the color red
Okay.
in a lot of
Is it
Korean
sweet?
dishes because it's kind of sweet and spicy.
Well, it's spicy.
Yeah, yeah,
I just got it.
yeah,
When it
yeah.
went
It
down.
kind of hits you. Yeah.
Got a kick.
This has a little more kick than, but it's pretty much accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yummy.
Thank you. Thank you. I made it.
No, you didn't.
I'm a professional chef.
So our new show is about the last Blockbuster. I think I recall you saying you worked in a video store.
I did. When I was in high school for a few summers, I worked in a smaller kind of independent mom and pop video store. It was called New Wave Video. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of the things that, you know, from our show, like just the, you know, the neighborhood store, customer, you know, familiar faces would come by, you know, all of us workers. There weren't as many of us because we were a tiny store, but, you know, just hanging around, talking about our, you know, personal lives. And,
Yeah.
The only difference was we had, you know, those double doors that led to like the adult section, which Blockbuster never had.
Yeah, Blockbuster didn't have an adult section.
And then we started selling dildos, and I was like,
And
okay,
then
this
you
is
were
an
like,
adult
okay, this is
sex
now
shop.
just full-on sex shop. Yeah,
which
I
is
get
great.
it.
I mean, the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Friendly faces coming into the section.
Sure, like our show. Do you
Yeah.
think Timmy will ever open an adult section in the
Well, we'll see
Blockbuster?
how the Blockbuster does.
Let's see how it does.
Because season 2, you
we
never
might need
know.
to.
Yeah,
we might
yeah,
need to
yeah.
open that adult
You
section.
never know. I haven't eaten as much of the Korean food because I ate all of the Cuban food, and it was amazing. And I think I learned a little bit about you through cuisine, you know?
A little bit more that you didn't know?
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Food brings people together.
Yes, it does. What did you learn about me, if you don't mind me asking?
I learned that you are even more handsome than I previously thought.
Oh, and this is like a Korean tradition. There's a fly
Oh, there you go.
that goes onto the food, just like so.
First.
And then
Not
if
sure
it,
about the spicy.
and then once it lands, it's good luck.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad we're done eating.
Yeah.